And I think the biggest thing, defensively that we continue to see over and over and over and over and over again is missed tackles every week. It's just it's an epidemic, and so, when you get to this point in the season, like kind of you are who you are type of situation, right? I mean, you're not you can always improve tackling, but you can't get a ton better. Like this is the kind of team that you are from that perspective. So they've just got to keep working it, try to figure out, get some of these kids back, get back in. Um, so you guys let me know whether your violent reactions, your predictions can do you think Oklahoma can turn it around? It's hard to say turn it around when you're 8-0 and are going to be ranked in the top five. Wouldn't be completely surprised to see Alabama and or Ohio State possibly jump Oklahoma depending on how they play tonight. Alabama hosts Tennessee. Ohio State goes to Indiana 6:30 p.m. tonight. So I think that will be interesting. I mean, you're still in the top five no matter what, but could see a scenario where Oklahoma drops. Me and Mark Rogers talked about this. This team each and every week makes me think of the Florida State team, and I can't remember the year, but they had just won the national championship the year before, and then they came in as one of the top teams in the country that year, and they just found ways to win. They were very never extremely impressive throughout the year. They just found ways to win close games over and over and over again, and that's what Oklahoma is doing right now. So I mean, you're playing with fire if you continue to do that, but I think it's a situation where they need to be able to continue to get better as well because Baylor's really good, Iowa State's really good, Oklahoma State's really good. Three best teams in the Big 12 right now that you could make an argument, for those three. Iowa State, if they win today, they get back. They can kind of get back into that, um, into contention in terms of one of the best teams in the Big 12. But right now, I think it's definitely those 4 or 5 in the conversation for sure. All right, so give me your comments. What do you think? Can Oklahoma win the Big 12 championship game? Can they get to the playoffs if they were to play a team like a Cincinnati? How do you feel about Oklahoma being able to win that game? Um, what do you think about Caleb Williams? Possibly inserting himself into the Heisman Trophy conversation, especially with a a season where you don't have a whole lot of front runners. To be honest, I mean you have Bryce Young and you have Matt Corral as your top two guys. One, two, one way or the other. Um, but do you have you have Bijan Robinson who's lost a couple of games, has a couple of tough games left at Baylor, at Iowa State. You have you have I'm trying to remember all the guys. Desmond Ritter didn't really have a great game today against Navy. Cincinnati with just an okay win against Navy, and then you have Kenneth Walker III for Michigan State, who's having a good year, but then he's got kind of a murderous row schedule with Penn State, with Michigan, and then Ohio State here to end the game. So he has an opportunity to make um, to make a mark, definitely, and get himself into that conversation sooner than later. Yeah, I think you're playing with fire, King Leash. If you think like that, I mean, I think at the end of the day, Robert Griffin III made the comment. By the way, I thought he was going to be pretty good to start the season overall, but he's pretty. It's hard to listen to him as a color commentary, but anyways, you, you are playing with fire. You've got to get much better. And yes, the end of the day, you just win, but you are playing dangerously and playing with fire if you just barely seem to find ways to win these games by not a big margin. So we'll see if Oklahoma is able to do anything um, to do anything to get better.